So I just watched Blue Beetle, and I just have one thing to say about it. How in the in the flying fudge do they make a movie that is supposed to be a Mexican? How do they make a movies this racist with this amount of stereotypes when it's supposed to be a movie about a Mexican superhero? And the director and the producers and everyone was saying, "Oh, this is the representation that all Latinos and most importantly Mexicans need." What the are you talking about, my lord? And I'm just gonna get into it without Vaseline, like they say in my country. First of all, the first thing that I want to say about it is George Lopez. Everything that George Lopez says is, my dear lords, is I haven't never seen something so like stereotypical of Mexicans. And this is coming from the angry Mexa. Like, mate, I do the Mexican voice a lot and funny, but this is over the top. And yeah, I wanted to start first of all with specifically the phrases that George Lopez says in the movie. The first phrase that he says, now I'm not joking, is, "You just scared my frijoles away." No way he said that. No way he gets away with saying that, mate. But before we continue with the video, órale, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment down below. Hit that subscribe button with a machete if you have to. So we make it out of Palmera City Heights, where the Reyes family lives. And oh my god, that's the ghetto. Like, it even looks out of place, by the way. It looks so out of place. It's obvious that they build those houses and they try to make them the shittiest that they could look. So they will say, "Oh, this guy lives in the ghetto." So make sure to subscribe so we make it out of El Ghetto. Back to the video. This movie, our representation of the Latino people. Bravo. Pat yourselves in the back because you're as racist as everyone else in Hollywood. And is this like a trope from leftists? Like, if this a trope from the far left, that they are all racist against Mexicans, and they will say things like, "Yeah, you scared my frijoles away." Oh my lord. And this is the same. It's basically the same accent he uses in the full movie, by the way. Oh, never mind, not in the full movie. Actually, he does only this accent, this Mexican accent, he does it for the very first 30 minutes of the movie, and apparently he forgets that he's Mexican, and he remembers that he's actually a gringo that was born in America, in LA, and he has never stepped aside, and has never lived in Mexico a single day of his life. So he starts speaking with a perfect accent, like... Even I have an accent, and you cannot tell. Like, I know I'm very good at recognizing accents because I'm Mexican, and specifically I'm very good at recognizing a Mexican accent, which George Lopez has not a single drop of Mexican accent, and he basically has to pretend the accent on the whole movie. But let me tell you about another phrase that he says. Okay, there was a funny phrase where he says, "Se te metió por el culo," which means the scarab is, got inside of you, sticking up your bum. Which, to be honest, made me laugh. That was basically the only funny part of the movie. After that, he says, "They took my taco. He took my taco." I'm not joking. He says that, and he's referring to his Tacoma. Okay, just to be fair to the writers, they don't deserve nothing. But giving the benefit of the doubt to them, they say, "Oh, they just took my taco away," referring to his truck. First of all, we don't like. I've never in Mexico. I live my entire life here in Mexico, and I never heard the term taco to refer to a Tacoma. And trust me, there are a lot of people here that have Tacomas, okay? They will call it their camioneta or their troca. Troca, troca. Why didn't you use that terminology that is really, really, really famous in Mexico, and you know, and people from LA and from the south of the US where there's the most Mexicans, they all say troca, 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 not taco. Like, and again, the same with the you just blew my frijoles away, or you just scared my frijoles away. Do they think that Mexicans speak like that? No, we have our own sayings, which I also like, which I always try to use, and I always tell you, oh, this is an old Mexican proverb or an old Mexican saying, because we basically speak in we mostly speak in slang in Mexico. But we don't say, oh, you blew my frijoles away. What the fuck? And we do like frijoles, alright? I'll give you that. We do like frijoles. But we are not shitting frijoles out of our bum. And we don't say it like that. We will say things like, me sacaste un pedo, which is probably what they were going for. Me sacaste un pedo, which is, this scared me so much that I farted. That is literally what it means. Why don't use that? Why don't use that phrase? Oh, because you're fake Mexicans. You're not a real Mexican, mate. You're a Mexican American. There's a huge difference. And the most important difference is you never live in Mexico. To be a Mexican, by law, in Mexico, you have to live here at least 5 years. And then you get like a permanent resident card. And then you get the nationality like 10 years after living here. That's how you are Mexican. That's how you become Mexican. It's not even that hard. But you never, never, never step away to the United States because you have a good life in LA, obviously, and never had to struggle down here in Mexico with all of us. That's why it gets me riled up. That's why I criticize these kind of people, these people from Hollywood, because they are hypocrites and they claim to be Mexican where they are not. They are Mexican American. It is a big difference. Which is the big difference that you will say things like, they blew my frijoles away, for example. And your character is supposed to be a Mexican kid that ran away from Mexico, that crossed the border, and you can, Mexico, no. And after coming from the border, jumping the border was not the hardest part. The hardest part was being here in America and working our ass off. And it's, have you ever met a Mexican that crossed illegally the border? They are freaking grateful to be there. Why? Because they make way more money for jobs that they used to do in their country, like bricklayers. Do you know what bricklayers make in Mexico? They make nothing. They make salario minimo. They are the poorest of them all in Mexico. But when they go to the United States to be construction workers, they get money. And they get good money, and they don't care to work 16 hours. They're Mexican. We work whatever it has to be, whatever hours we have to work to be able to have a better life. Because living in the United States is a better life. And if I ever make it to the United States legally, obviously, I will do whatever kind of work I can get. I don't give a damn if I have to be a dishwasher or if I have to clean shit. Literally. Because I'm having a better life and I don't have to worry every day of my freaking life about the dying and about being careful with what I say that could get me killed. So fuck you, George Lopez. You're a fake Mexican. Vas a chingar tu madre, cabrón. Now, the next thing that I found like ridiculous is Jaime Reyes. Jaime Reyes. You got, okay, this is supposed to be the first Mexican superhero, which is not, is Manny Rivera, and even then it's Mexican American. There's a big difference, alright? Jaime Reyes cannot even pronounce his last name, his family name. That's the whole theme of the movie, family, but you cannot pronounce Reyes. He pronounced it Reyes. Are you freaking my D? Literally. No mames, cabrón. Aprende a hablar español antes de que andes mamando tu madre de que eres mexicano, güey. No mames, güey. Ven a México a decir esa chingadera de Reyes. They're gonna beat you up, bro. They're gonna beat you up. They're gonna leave you naked in the streets with a tamale stuck up your bum. I'm joking. I'm just joking, right? But it's ridiculous, right? The Mexican hero that is supposed to be a representation for Latino people cannot pronounce his freaking last name. Reyes, Reyes. It's just like Rachel Segler pronouncing quesadillas. Quesadillas is Reyes, Reyes. I don't mind about rolling the R, but the Y, Reyes, yes, that's how you pronounce it. You can pronounce yes, all right. Why cannot you pronounce Reyes? Is that simple? But why didn't, and this blows my mind, why didn't the director that has been crying out loud about this movie's representation for Latinos, they didn't care to do a second shot whenever he said Reyes? Fucking gringos, man. Oh my lord. And the other thing about the pronunciation of Spanish, because again, these actors, at least the young actors, they are not Mexican. The sister, they and it's a recurring joke about Maria la del Barrio. Maria la del Barrio is a pretty popular soap opera telenovela here in Mexico about a girl that basically gets Pretty Woman. So it's basically just Mexican Pretty Woman. Maria la del Barrio. And they say like 3-4 times, both George Lopez and the sister of Cholo in the movie, they say Maria la del Barrio. Barrio. It's barrio. It has 2 R's. Am I really teaching Spanish to people that pretend to be Mexicans? Barrio. Maria la del Barrio. That's how you pronounce it. And still you don't do the reference well because you don't pronounce barrio correctly. Is barrio once again, all right? The other thing, every stereotype of Mexicans, you see it in the movie. Every stereotype. You know, the abuelita that only speaks Spanish, you know, la virgencita, and la virgencita in the house, you know, but it's exaggerated. The virgencita has a freaking altar with every piece of merchandise from la Virgen de Guadalupe that you can come up with. It's insane. It's insane. Another thing that I forgot to mention, actually, when I was doing the recording, is that in the very first scene or close-up that Xolo Maridueña has, he's eating a burrito. He's literally eating a burrito. Do they not know that burritos are not Mexican? I'm not joking. The first close-up from the main character, he's eating a burrito with his whole family, who, by the way, for some reason, they speak English. I mean, I know why. I know the reason why. It's because these young actors, these young pretending to be Mexican actors, they don't speak Spanish as well as these actual Latino Mexican actors. So they will speak So they will speak English and some Spanglish for some reason. When, for Christ's sake, if you are with your family, if you're in a family dinner with all the members of your family that supposedly are from Mexico and they speak Spanish, why would they be speaking English? This makes no sense. And another thing that doesn't make any sense is that there's a sign in the city, in the barrio where they live, which is like in Palmera City, which is supposed to be in Texas. And they have a sign that says, Gringo, go home. Gringo, go home. Where are they gonna go? They are already at home. They're already in America. What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, but I have no idea why they put it. I have no idea why they put that in, but it's just ridiculous. Like, where are they gonna go? They are already at home. Obviously, every Mexican is like a maid on a country club or is a owner of a body shop. You know, a mecánico. For Christ's sake, the father planted a nopal in their freaking like. They have a nopal in their freaking backyard, like. And the reason why I don't like specifically the nopal part, the term nopal in Mexico is used to refer to people that say that identify with other cultures, or that say that, I don't know, that they try to pretend to be American, for example, but they say that they have a nopal en la cara, which means that, oh, you look Mexican, which is one of the most racist, bigoted pieces of garbage that I've heard, and this always comes from the left. This is a term that the left use. Literally. In Mexico, at least. This is the term that the left used in Mexico to refer to people that went to the US to get a better life. Because you have nopal en la cara, you look Mexican, bro. Like, that's as racist, that is as disgusting as the term malinchista, which basically which basically means traitor to your land. And I've been called Balinchista my entire life just because I speak English. Which is, again, I don't care, you know, these people are brain dead. The people that call me that are brain dead, literally, and they are the freaking racist ones. The funniest part is that mostly people that are white tell me that shit, which is mind-blowing. But it doesn't have anything to do with race. It's about culture. Which I wish that this movie understood. But no, everyone that's white in this movie is overtly racist, like mind-blowingly racist. It blows my freaking nachos away. It scares my frijoles away. It blows my frijoles away. Oh my lord. So there's even every white person in the movie. Like the main villain character she spends the entire movie calling this Mexican guy Sanchez, and the guy is always like, "Oh, my name is not Sanchez." As I thought that you respected Mexican culture, but you don't. You don't respect Mexican culture. This movie is barely Mexican. Most of the things are stereotypes with sayings like, "Ah, they took my taco. Oh, my burrito taco chimichanga. Oh no, they blew my frijoles away." With the fake accents, you know, every actor here has a fake accent that they try to obviously, like Damian Alcázar, which my man, like that is. He is really Mexican. He's one of the most beloved Mexican actors in Mexico. My man, like, you don't speak English like that, mate. You don't speak English like that. You're an educated person, which is who is also one of the richest actors in Mexico. You probably spend thousands of days, literally thousands of days in the United States. There's no way in hell you have that accent. They told you, you sound too gringo. Make it more Mexican, bato. How is that not offensive? And again, it's just me pointing out the hypocrisy of these people. That's why I do these kind of videos. I don't care if someone is Mexican. I don't give a damn about if someone is racist or not. That's bullshit, you know? I don't give a damn. I know that people are racist because they are stupid. What I want to, but I am sick and tired of woke people specifically trying to make money out of culture that they don't respect, that they don't know anything about, and you know that they are just using as tokens, as meat shields. And this is the diversity that they claim that they love and that they want to implement on all movies and media. It's not real diversity, it's selected diversity based on the skin color and your ethnicity. So it is racist by definition. They don't care about whites, they don't care about redheads, they just care if you are slightly darker than a white person, then you can get your stories told. But our stories are things like Primos and things like Blue Beetle, which are just fake representation. Literally. That's what really blows my frijoles away. I'm gonna start using that catchphrase because it's gold. Reyes. I can't even pronounce it that he does because it's so American that I cannot like find the logic behind his pronunciation. It's Reyes, it's Barrio. Chingas a tu madre, cabrón. No son mexicanos. A chingar a su madre because you are Mexican American. And there's a huge difference, specifically when it comes to struggle and the fear of dying or getting kidnapped every day we have to live with. And you don't. You've never had. Your parents probably had. But you never, because you were born in LA. Which is not Mexico. I don't know if you noticed yet, but I know there's a lot of people from Mexico there, but it's not Mexico, mate. The funniest thing is that, again, they are really racist against white people because they're portrayed every white people as a racist, insensitive person. There's literally a scene where a beautiful girl, you know, Jaime comes to introduce to her, and he says, "Oh, my name is Jaime," and she says like, "Jamie? No, Jaime." Jamie, right? Okay, Jamie, go sit back then. And it's like, Americans and white Americans would never do that. And I mean conservative Twitter, what people consider conservative Twitter, 24/7. And they are the most accepting people in the freaking world. The only people that have been racist against me is people from the left. both in my country and both in America. They call me monkey, Mexican monkey, taco taco burrito chimichanga as a slur. They will tell me a lot of things like nopal en la cara, malinchista, which I already explained, that are disgusting bigoted terms that will come from the left. So please just let's end up this hypocrisy. Let's end up using other people's races to sell products. And can we just chill the fuck up? Literally, that's all I want from the war. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please let me know what you think of the comments. Do you think this movie is racist, or do you think I'm just exaggerating? You know, I'm the angry Mex. I'm just, you know, I'm doing this kind of content just to entertain people. And if you don't understand that, you're not the smartest Tamale of the bunch. Let me tell you that. All right, this is not a serious video. This is not a video about racism. It's just a video to make people laugh, and that's it. All right, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. Y hasta la próxima, primos. Bye.